I'm Katie. I'm the nurse manager with My Choice Medical Clinic, and now we're going to talk about syphilis. So syphilis comes in 4 stages. They learned a lot of information about syphilis through something called the Tuskegee experiment. If you haven't heard of it, it's definitely worth a look into the history. There's a lot of lessons that can be learned there, but we're not going to go through that today. So the 4 stages of syphilis, the first stage is called the primary stage. This happens whenever there is a painless chancre or canker sore. People will call them different things. Basically, someone can see that they have in their genital area this sore blister, lesion, ulcer looking thing. It doesn't hurt. So that's kind of a red flag if you go to the doctor and say, I have this area. It looks like it's really painful, but it doesn't really hurt me that much. That is a tip off that it could definitely be a chancre caused by syphilis. So usually in the first stage will last about a week or so. You'll have this sore. It goes away. In stage 2, the chancres go away and you develop a painful rash on the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet. So the chancre doesn't hurt, the rash does. So there's blisters, there's pain. It kind of goes right under your skin, kind of where the nerves are, and can cause you a lot of pain. Eventually, that goes away too. At either one of these stages, stage 1 and 2, syphilis can be cured with an antibiotic. So syphilis, chancres go away, the rash goes away. It goes into stage 3, which is called the latent stage of syphilis. Everybody thinks they're cured. They don't think anything's wrong. If you don't notice the chancres and you don't notice the rash, you could think that syphilis is cured. When it gets to this latent stage, this could last for years without any seemingly noticeable problems from syphilis. During this time, if you would have a blood test, it would show up positive that you had syphilis in your blood. At this stage as well, you could have an antibiotic that could cure syphilis. What happens after the latent phase is something called the tertiary phase. So the tertiary phase can cause damage to your internal organs. It's not actually when the damage starts. The damage is happening all throughout that latent period where nothing seems like it's wrong. This whole time, syphilis has been attacking the heart, the brain, the lungs, and this is where it causes this damage to internal organs. Yes, syphilis can still be treated at this time, but damage that has already been done to those organs cannot be reversed. Eventually, whenever it gets to this phase where it can attack your brain, there are some pretty gory pictures that show people who have had this. It can cause anger, wild behavior. Some people in history who have had syphilis are Hitler, Al Capone, Ivan the Terrible, Mussolini. A lot of these people are known for extreme behaviors, anger, terrible, heinous acts of violence and crime. And these things very well could be associated with the fact that they had syphilis and it could have been attacking parts of their brain that were causing them to have these irrational actions and behaviors. We do offer syphilis testing in our clinics, and we encourage, again, anybody to get tested for syphilis. If you have syphilis, it is treatable with antibiotics. However, if you've had syphilis in the past and you get another and it's treated, and you go, say, in 10 years and get a blood test again, that syphilis, those antibodies will always be present. So it's important to know that if you've had syphilis and you want to get retested in the future after it's been treated, you do need to have additional blood work to check the antibodies and where that's at to see if it's a past infection or a current infection.